Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you are not new here, are you subscribed yet? I hope you are. Do it if you haven't already. Today's video is going to be all about my 2021, kind of like my goals and my plans, specifically for like myself and this channel. And I don't really have anything like written down in stone. This is all kind of be just kind of chit-chatty, kind of talking a little bit about life, and how I see things and how I view things and how I want to see things and view things. I am pre-filming this, so for me it is not 2021 yet. Hopefully we get it there and hopefully it is better. You guys let me know in the comments. Is it any better? Is it just new day? Same, you know. Anyways, so if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is the first video on my channel of 2021, and I was going to do a project pan, which is something I normally do at the beginning of the month, or, you know, starting my new project pans for the year, or possibly doing a makeup inventory and talking about everything that I have and how much of everything that I have. And I felt like those things kind of went hand in hand. They are a little bit different. One is saying, you know, what do I want to use up? And one is saying, what do I have? I feel like in order to know what you want to use up, you also need to know what you have. So I was preparing for those videos and I was trying to think of, what does Project Pan mean to me? Why do I do it? What have I learned from it, from doing it last year, etc. What are my goals? You know, I kind of wanted to look past just what it was and really dig into what that meant for me personally. And I decided that I don't really like the idea of panning something. I know some people, when they project pan, it's like their life's mission to pan things. They want to use up everything that they have. And when I think about that, that makes me like uncomfortable and sad, because I love my collection and I want to love my collection. I do want to use my collection and get use out of my makeup collection, but I don't want to use it up. I don't want to get rid of any of this. I don't want, like, I think of like my favorite eyeshadow palette and I'm like, I would be so upset if I used it up. You know what I mean? It wouldn't feel like an accomplishment. Whereas if you watched my project pans last year, I did things that were close to the end already. Things that I didn't really have an emotional attachment of any kind to, just like an under eye setting powder, a dry shampoo, things that cycle through more easily, I believe, in someone's collection, or at least for me in my collection. So then I was like, okay, so what am I going to do? Because I do like the idea of a project pan, of seeing really how long it takes you to go through something, of really having that understanding of how long products last when I'm purchasing more products. So I saw Tara Brooke, who is Flat Lay Affair on Instagram. She posted what she's going to be doing this year, which is a seasonal project. So she's going to pick a handful of items and decide, am I going to use this up? Am I trying to hit pan? Am I trying to hit X many uses? Every season, she's going to do it instead of doing it monthly, which makes it feel like you're just trying to use something because you want some sort of progress on something. I feel like seasonally is a good idea. So I really like that idea, and I do want to, I think I'm going to do that. Just FYI. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I don't think I'm going to do, I think the way I'm going to do it is more so, I think what I will do is I will pick 5 items, and one of them I will use up, and it will likely be something you're not interested in seeing me use up. It will be something like maybe a lip gloss. It will be maybe a dry shampoo. maybe a powder that's already half gone. Something along those lines, something that I can see the end and I can decide if it's something that I want to end. So when I think about, as I mentioned, like the emotional attachment, I do think that it is primarily with eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow so much. I also love foundation. But with foundation, I can see like it's a liquid, its expiration date probably really does mean something, whereas like an eyeshadow, it's like a powder. The expiration date means absolutely nothing to me. I will be keeping all of mine for 500 years. And yes, I'm living 500 years. But foundation is like, I can see that the expiration means something. You know, skincare, definitely expiration means something, especially if there's like actives in it, you know, things like that. And then there's foundations that I have that like, they don't have them anymore. I want to have it, even though they don't sell it anymore. Even though I know a lot of people are like, of the mind, like, okay, well, this is discontinued, so I will discontinue it from my collection, because what's the point in using it? It's like, okay, what if I love it? What if I love it and I don't want to get rid of it? Okay, so I know that's like something like I need to work out with, like with a therapist or something. But that's just, I'm not ready to do that yet. So as far as a project pan, you will most likely see me talking about things only quarterly, as far as project pan. And you will probably only see me emptying things that are not exciting at all. And also I will be doing more so of uses. I'm going to start an entire new series that is based off the idea of a project pan, and I'm going to call it Use It or Lose It. And it's going to basically be, I have to use everything in my collection at least one time this year, or I have to get rid of it at the end of the year. And I think one time gives me the ability to not be too scared and to really do this the entire year and really go through with it. And next year, maybe I'll change it depending on what happens. But I do have what I consider to be a pretty large collection for someone who's not a huge YouTuber. Like I don't have like Laura Lee's collection. Definitely no. I definitely have a smaller collection than that. But I feel like I do have a pretty large collection, and I want to only keep things in my collection that I truly love and truly enjoy. And I do want to enjoy my products, even though I don't want to use them up. And I don't necessarily even want to hit pan in them. I do want to enjoy them. I definitely don't want anything to feel too precious. I want it to feel like the precious part is using it, not storing it, if that makes sense. Now, I am not a minimalist. I do not ever want to be a minimalist. I'm a maximalist. I love options. I love being able to choose things. I love variety. I love having the same shade in 8 different formulas, okay? I love it. I love it. That's just who I am. I'm not going to try to change who I am. There's a difference in like how I see things, you know, but like it's who I am, okay? I don't see that changing anytime soon. And I'm not looking to change that. But so I'm going to do a quarterly project pan where I will have designated items with designated outcomes, desires. But overall, for my entire collection, that means every mascara, every foundation, every concealer, every lip gloss, everything in my collection needs to be used at least one time. So I'm in the process of writing out everything that I have. I started with eyeshadows, and I'm at like 40 and I'm not done. And I know that I have 50 foundations because I did when I did my declutter. So I have a lot of makeup, guys. So that's going to be a lot. And I know that with my YouTube channel, I definitely do want to try new things. I want to try new things as well. Like I want to try new things that have been holy grail, new to me, that have been holy grail in the makeup community for years. And I want to try brand new things that come out, and, you know, things that are exciting and fun and everything like that. I want to keep that up as well. But I want to slow down on that and make sure that I love everything in my collection. So by the end of the year, I definitely will, at the end of the year, I'm going to do another declutter series. I think I am going to do it during Vlogmas, just do it all that month. Obviously not declutter the whole time, but last year I started in like July and I did one like basically every month. Whereas this year I will probably hold out until December and do it all in December. That way it's giving me 11 months to use everything. So what I am going to do is I think I'm going to do monthly updates. And so after I write out my entire inventory, I will know, you know, how many things I have to do. And I really like math, guys. I really like math. So having those numbers is going to help me. It's going to say, you know what, you only have 300 in about 30 days before you start decluttering. You need to use these things. You know what I mean? And it's going to help me to, since I've been working from home, it's going to help me to get up and get ready every day. And I think that's going to help me mentally and like at work and everything, even though like today's topic is not about work, it's more about my channel. I think it's going to help me to get up and get ready every day. It's going to help me to know what I think about the products that are in my collection, because there is a lot of things in my collection right now that I know that I love, but there's a lot of things in my collection that I have no clue. I don't really know. My majority of that would be the foundation. So let's talk about foundation for a little bit. I love foundation because I have acne prone skin, and it is something that can really, really help you if you have acne prone skin. And I know that my skin has been like fairly good since having my channel, but we're going to talk about my skincare journey this year. And you're going to see it has not always been as clear as it is now. So foundation it's really meaningful to me. And I know now that I use a more sheer foundation. I don't always use something that's full coverage. But foundation was a journey for me because there were a lot of foundations that I tried that were just completely terrible. I mean, like I didn't know how people were wearing foundation. I would put it on and be like, people cannot put this on and then go outside. Like, I don't understand. So I want to go through all of the foundations that I have and wear them again. So this year I am going to also start a series. I don't know what I'm going to call it, like a foundation showdown. I'm going to organize my foundations by the coverage and finish and possibly high-end versus drugstore type thing. And I'm going to do monthly roundups. I'm going to spend the time every month to use a few of my foundations from the same section, you know, and then at the end of the month, I will give you a roundup. I will show you, I want to show you clips, you know, at the beginning of the day, the end of the day, for all of the foundations that I own. And I want to say, here's the pros and cons of each one. I want to rank each one. So then I would have like a foundation showdown playlist. I would have sections for dewy, sections for matte, sections for full coverage, sections for high end, for drugstore and affordable, you know, options like that. And then I also, I do still want to try my discontinued ones because I want to know, like, one, do I need to keep them? Because they're only, at this very moment, there's only one that I can think of that I definitely want to keep. But yeah, I need to figure that out. And then that way, after I have those videos up, I will know how I feel. I will have an example out there in the world of what I feel, what it looks like. And that way I can get rid of it if I'm not using it, if I'm not loving it in the year 2021. And then maybe in the year 2023, I think, you know what? I do kind of miss that foundation. If they still have it, I can double check the video. I can know how I feel about it. And then I can go buy it again if I need to. A lot of things have been around for years and years and years, you know, so I can't think that everything is going to go out of stock or everything is going to be discontinued. So that is another really, really big goal for my channel this year. So I kind of want to steer my channel in a direction where I'm really knowledgeable. I want to be really knowledgeable. I want to be able to recommend things to you. I instead of just being like, here's personally, I mean, everything's going to be personal, but instead of just being like, here's my first impressions of this thing, which I still love first impressions, and don't get me wrong, I will still do first impressions. Instead of just being like, here's my first impression of everything, I kind of want to have the knowledge and the insight to be able to give you a good review and comparison and really draw from my knowledge, my product knowledge, you know? I want to have that catalog. Whereas right now, the foundations that I have are just like, I don't know, I just have a lot of foundation. Like, there's ones that I love, that I know that I love, like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I know that I love that one. The Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD stick, I know that I love that one. But can I compare them to anything else? You know, not really. Can I say this one is like this one except for ABC? You know what I mean? Like, I want to have that more. And I know that I'm just rambling, but that is literally what this video is. And you signed up for it because I told you it was going to be kind of a mess. Okay? So, couple series. Let's draw us back to center real quick. We are going to have a quarterly project pan in which I will describe specific goals for each item that I put in said project pan. We are going to have a monthly update on my use it or lose it, where I must use everything in my makeup collection or declutter it by the end of the year. That one makes me kind of want to cry a little bit. And then we will have the foundation showdown, where I am going to try every foundation that I have and probably some new ones and compare them and put them in sections with each other so they can go head to head and you can really see, you know, I kind of feel like, not that I think that YouTubers are disingenuous at all, and I'm not disingenuous. I truly give you my full ideas about everything. I don't hold back at all, which may in the future hurt me with some brands, but my loyalty is to you and not brands that may or may not reach out to me at some point. But I think that there's a lot of people that are just too far out. They don't pay for any of their makeup. So yeah, that's a good foundation. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a good eyeshadow palette. I'm paying for my makeup, so I know, like, is it worth what I just put into it? Is it worth the hour of me working or whatever it is? You know what I mean? So I have that. But also I want to compare things because I just feel like too many times I have, and I'm talking specifically about foundation, too many times I have watched a perfect skin, and I don't mean perfect because I don't think these people are perfect. Yes, they may have some acne, they may have some scarring, they may have some uneven skin tones, but I think that they don't always have the real issues, like the flaking, the dry skin, the dry patches, the real acne scars, the active acne that nothing wants to stick to. A lot of times they don't have that, and maybe it's because they have access to a better doctor that can help them, or better skincare that helps them, or they just have really good camera equipment and you can't see that, and they don't really express it. I really want to show you how my skin looks and what I'm liking and what I don't like, and I want to set, guidelines for myself and say, like, to me, it's not that big of a deal if something maybe goes into my lip line, my laugh line a little bit. But it is really big deal if it breaks apart at my nose. You know what I mean? Like, maybe those aren't your deal breakers. You know what I mean? I want to express that. I want that to be known. And I want to compare foundations side by side, because so many times I have watched 27 YouTubers recommend something to me, and then I go try it and it looks like complete garbage on my face, which it's not necessarily their fault because people do have different skin types. It does react differently. There are times that I watch someone's video and they're like, wow, this is really dewy. It would be great for dry skin. And then I try it and it is matte. Like, it is not dewy at all. I don't know what they're talking about, but I mean, your skin type really does play a huge role in it. I don't know. I'm just rambling, but that's why I really want to do the foundation showdown this year, because it's something that's really close to my heart. It's loosely inspired by Taylor Wynn's Foundation Fridays and, 15 Days of Foundation. It's along those lines, but instead of it just being wear tests where I show you everything and give you my thoughts on it, I want to compare these things. I want to put them head to head and really see, what's the top of the top for me and my skin tone, and really give you how each product reacts differently on my skin as well. I hope that I can edit this together to make sense. So those are 3 really big series that are going to push forward my channel. I hope that those sound interesting to you and that you would like to subscribe and see how it happens. Of course, I will also be doing, my first impressions. I will still be doing 3-day wear tests on newer foundations, or like Holy Grail foundations, or cult classics. I will still be trying out new eyeshadow and giving you like some eyeshadow tutorials, like a chit chat kind, like not like a official kind. Yeah, and maybe some vlogs thrown in there. But yeah, I just feel like my first 5 months or something on YouTube were kind of a grasping at straws. Just like whatever I felt like it. And I mean, I'm still gonna do that. Let's be honest. But I wanted to give a little bit of structure and a little bit of guidance, because I do everyday looks and I do kind of dramatic looks. And, I just wanted to say, hey, if you love makeup, and if you love foundation, hang out. If you are interested in battling if this can be kind of like a Shopaholics Anonymous, kind of vibe. That's kind of like where I'm going with my use it or lose it. Yeah, I don't know. If there's anything else, I mean, I do have plans, besides those. But those are the big ones. But I don't know. If you have any ideas or thoughts on what you would like to see, maybe not just from me, but from the beauty community, from YouTube, from 2021 in general, I'd love to hear about it below. I know, I definitely thought I was going to talk a little bit more about like planning and, staying ahead on things, and I don't know. But I don't think I have time for that. I think I just really wanted to show you guys. I'm really passionate about makeup itself. I love makeup, like a lot. And I just hope that if you love makeup, that you would join me on this journey. And see, what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all. Yeah. That's all I have for today. I hope 2021 is as hopeful as I think it will be. I think it's going to be a good year for the world. I think it's going to be a good year for the United States. I think it's going to be a good year for me personally. I think it's going to be a great year for makeup, honestly. Great year. I mean, I think a lot of businesses learned how to cope with the COVID of everything, and 2021, they're going to be coming at it full force. I know 2020 was like a little bit offset. Everything was kind of pushed out and moved around. I think 2021, I think they're ready. I think they're ready. So I'm really excited to see where this goes and where the beauty community goes, because I have been finding so many beautiful, wonderful people here that are a little bit smaller channels like myself, doing great things, being wonderful people. And I don't know, guys. It is not even Christmas yet in my time, but I am so hopeful for 2021. I didn't even realize it until now, but I really, really am. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this was kind of a rambly mix-up, mash everything, but I hope you enjoyed this mess of a video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!